Welcome to eNCA's Google Hangout, live from the Design Indaba in Cape Town. Serisha, give us an update on what we can expect this year from the conference.
Well, it's my first year, so what I'm telling you is from a beginner's perspective. It's sold out as usual, which is quite exciting for me anyway, because you get to see all sorts of people here. The registration lines were all the way to the entrance of the CCICC, and lots of people went through for the first conferences, the first speakers. The head of Ogilvy spoke, a woman from Nairobi who has a tech company spoke. There's very exciting things on the program for Design Indaba 2014.
And I hear that you were talking to me earlier, just before we went live, about Wilkinson. What has he been doing there and the Googleplex? Fill me in.
Well, he's presenting tomorrow. He's speaking about the social agenda of the workplace. So that's quite exciting. I mean, I think anyone who's ever worked in an office kind of feels that certain environments are not ideal for, productivity or, your emotional well-being. So I'm hoping that what he speaks about is not just, how to place your water cooler, but, how to set up your environment so that maybe you sit next to your boss and maybe you sit next to the tea person or the HR person, but what it does is it creates more of an integrated environment. What I do feel, it does relate to Indaba in that I know Cape Town has been voted design capital of the world, and the way that they were shortlisted for that was through their My City program and bridging the gap between different areas. So I think the social agenda of the workplace also, fits into that whole greater scheme of architecture and, urban planning. So that could be really exciting.
And not just architecture this year, it looks like it's also foodies. I mean, it's such a big culture in this country. But now we see that we've got two top restaurateurs actually be talking to us and having their say at the conference this year. Yes,
they're also on the schedule for tomorrow. It's Margot Jansen and David Higgs. I mean, they're the top of their industry. I mean, Le Quartier Français has always been at the top of the South African restaurants to eat, and David Higgs is 500 in Johannesburg. I mean, I wish to eat there, but I'm hoping that they're going to talk about, not just the new culture of know where your food comes from, but also how design and the whole aesthetic element fits into plating and serving and the whole experience of dining. So that should be a good one to look out for.
Just to go back onto that food thing, so what we're talking about here is bespoke design for customers. Everything fits in together.
It could be, and I think that's what Design Indaba really sets out to do. It's not any one particular type of design discipline. It's everything. I mean, another one that's on the agenda is typography. I mean, that's something that's been around forever, but it's becoming more and more popular as a discipline of its own and coming up with new typefaces. And also, there's I suppose even a psychology to the way you use type and what you choose as your banner font. I'm not sure if you can even see behind us. This is the main
Can see, yes. Perfect.
And this is a cool thing that Design Indaba has done. I'm not sure if you can see. I've actually stolen one for us here. They've made poster programs, so everybody can see what's on. There's a note from Ravi Naidu, who's the head of the Design Indaba, but also there's quotes about different inspirational, creative, advice you can use, and they basically invited everyone to take as many as they want every day home with them. So that's quite nice.
I know there's also other stuff that's happening besides the conference and obviously the expo itself. There's things like films and music. Can you discuss a little bit more on that and what can we expect this week?
Sure, there's always been a musical element, or, in the last few years there's been a big focus on music. But this year is the music circuit. The way Indaba's put it out is 38 acts over 2 days at various locations across Cape Town. So for tonight's example, there are different music events at a number of locations, from small bars to restaurants to clubs, and there's something for everybody everywhere, which is quite nice. I mean, from the smallest little genre that you may not have heard about before to Hugh Masekela performing in Cape Town. I mean, it's going to be fantastic, and you can buy tickets. Some events are obviously more limited in their numbers than others, but that's quite exciting.
And you're saying now with the films, what is going to be going on there? I mean, what are they going to be doing? Documentaries?
A lot of documentaries. This is nice. Quite, for if anyone has been to Cape Town before as a tourist or has lived here, the Castle of Good Hope is an iconic building. It's probably one of the oldest standing buildings in Cape Town, and it's playing host to some of the screenings. Amazing open air screenings. You sit on the grass, you can picnic. and some really great films. One of the ones I'm looking forward to is Finding Fella. It opened at the Sundance Festival, and it's a documentary that tracks 3 of the cast members of the Broadway show Fella, which documents really famous Nigerian multi-instrumentalist Fela Kuti. So that should be I definitely am going to use my ticket to go and watch that.
And Pecha Kucha, I think I've said it correctly. What is that all about?
You've got it right this time. Pecha Kucha it's been hosted across the country for a couple of years now, and it's a gathering of creative industry people, whether it be emerging or established. And what they do is they just share their insights into how they got started, the innovative ways that they are working within their fields. And so the Pecha Kucha specific section today is going to be looking at emerging creatives from the top creative institutes around the world. So, I mean, if you're looking to recruit or even to do research into where you would like to study or pursue, some creative field, that would be the place that would be the talk to sit in on.
I might be coming a little bit left field over here, but we haven't really touched on product design. I mean, and that is the big thing about Design Indaba. Anything that's happening that you've seen that's going to stick out this week?
Well, yes, something that was handed to me was this cool thing. I'm not sure if you can see. It's a little parcel. It says "Seed It." It opens up, and inside, I've seen people wearing these badges. That's a badge. And there's little seeds inside there, and what it says is, "With your help, our planet will grow stronger and more beautiful every day." I mean, things like that are really charming, and add to that whole design is not just about graphic design or your website or dressing really quirky. It's practical solutions to maybe just adding some more trees to the pavement or next to your house. So I think stuff like this is really something to look out for. I'm sure we'll come across more quirky and interesting things. But I think, it's going to be a good weekend. Tomorrow and Friday there are more speakers, and then the exhibition starts on Friday, which is really, also another highlight of the event.
And one last thing I have to ask you before you go, Serisha, is interviews tomorrow.
Yeah.
Who are we trying to get into our Google Hangout next?
Well, ideally it would be people who have, everyone always likes to see and hear from the internationals, which would be great. But I think for us, it would be nice to find some local people who are doing some innovative things. So, dream list, we try and get Clive Wilkinson. If we send you this link and you're keen, please let us know. It would be nice to get maybe some of the musical acts who are doing interesting things, maybe performing in a specific way. And also, I think it would be great to get, the ones we've spoken about today, Margaret Jensen, David Higgs, the people who have a local context, that would be nice. So if anyone is watching this and has any contacts, it would be great. Let us know and we'll do a hangout with someone.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Serisha. Anyway, that's it from us for today, and we'll be chatting to Serisha and hopefully interviewing people also tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye.